Hello, hello. It is Violetta with Notice That Therapy Michigan. I am a clinician who specializes in EMDR, somatic therapy, and holistic healing approaches. So, this past weekend, I was invited to speak on a panel with other mental health colleagues, and we were doing a presentation and having a discussion about perinatal mental health. And in that discussion, there were some participants who were doulas who really, really appreciated some things that I mentioned. So I figured I would come here onto social media and share a snapshot of something that the participants found useful that I think most people might find useful as well. And so I like to give people a very brief bite of how to imagine or conceptualize a diagnosis. Any of us can be sad. Any of us can get angry. Any of us can find joy, right? There's a plethora of emotions and feelings inside of the human condition that many of us have access to, whether or not we are allowed to fully express those emotions with the people in our lives. Okay. So I like to tell people you can think of a diagnosis as a constellation of symptoms that coexist together for a particular period of time that is disrupting your or one's ability to function well in their relationships, function well in the daily living tasks that they need to do, right? Brushing teeth, showering, sleep hygiene, things like that. So it's not any one symptom alone. And if symptom feels like too inaccessible of a word, then we can say difficulties or challenging experiences, um, challenging patterns of thought, right? That could be rumination, persistent worry, that could be intrusive thoughts, right? There are these challenging things happening that feel out of our control. Those things are happening together with another set of difficulties that feel out of control, and it's internal to us, even if there are environmental factors that shape and impact what we're going through internally. And these symptoms, or this constellation of symptoms, or this constellation of difficulties, are happening for a very specific period of time. That's the bite I have today, right? And I could go on about how this constellation um, impacts your medical records and things like that, but that would be a video that just kind of like deserves its own time. But you can think about a diagnosis as a constellation of symptoms that coexist together, and they're happening for a particular period of time, and they are impairing or disrupting functioning in major areas of life. So I can't go to work, it's too hard. I can't do my daily hygiene, it's too difficult. I can't sleep. I keep waking up, or I can't fall asleep. Things like that, right? I'm trying to think of, is there anything that I would add? I think the one thing that I would add that probably also deserves its own space, but I'm going to mention it here, is not everybody likes having diagnoses on their medical records. Some people feel like they are labels that don't fully capture who they are and what's really going on and the reason that a particular type of suffering is happening. And other people appreciate diagnoses because when they're like, oh, yeah, that is happening with that. And that is happening. Oh, wait, that's what that is? Like, I'm not making this up. Like, this is a thing. This is a, whoa. Right. And so, with some people who really appreciate having a label, for a diagnosis because it gives them language for something that might feel really inexplicable. And then other people feel really uh truncated, right, by a diagnosis because to be honest, some institutions, some people, some communities, like whatever, can use that label as a type of harm and miss the other faculties and parts that make this person a person. So that's my little tidbit on diagnoses. Feel free to let me know what you think. Is it a group of people that I'm missing that might look at diagnoses a different way? Which camp do you fall into? Do you feel like diagnoses are helpful for you? Do you feel like they get in the way? Let me know. Drop a comment and a likes. Again, it's Violetta from Notice That Therapy PLLC, and I offer therapy to clients in the state of Michigan. All right, bye.